bam, ba-da, down. Hi, chat. Welcome. Hi, chat. Welcome. I hope everyone's doing good. Hi. I tried to be back with a normal streaming time because I miss streaming earlier. Welcome everyone, I hope everyone's doing good. So, today is the first day for me, not for you guys, in the new week. So, I would say let's go real quick and talk about this week's schedule. Yeah. Okay, hold up. Let's talk about the schedule for this week. Okay, reason why I couldn't stream yesterday was because I was dead. Not like dead, but I was dead, like, you know, when you guys understand? Hi everyone. Okay, hold up. Hi Nimby, hi Thomas, hi Hectic. You can say Wawa, yeah, you can say Wawa till we have the new emotes. Hi Jessica, hi Aka or Mally. Hi Julia. Hi everyone. I was doing great until hearing about a certain announcement coming tonight. Yeah, me too. Oh my god, I'm so fucking scared. Should we watch it on Discord? I think we should watch it on Discord, chat. Okay, listen. Today at 10, we're going to hang out in Discord and we're going to watch it together. Okay, chat. Today at 10 on Discord, we're going to hang out and we're going to watch something. There are like two options. I'm gonna be happy, or I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna sob, and I'm gonna be fucking I don't even want to think about it. Chat. Oh yeah, I could use this part. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to make an announcement after stream. Oh wait, hold up. Let me announcement. Let me do the announcement today. At everyone. Today at... Let me get the Discord converted, the time converter real quick. Chat, I'm so scared. I saw that. I was like, no. Today's 8th. Oh, did we keep finished? Oh, because Julia, your name was like that. Time convert. Discord. Oh my god, I cannot spell this word. Okay, we're going to say 10 my time. Hi Ria, welcome! I hope you're doing good. Oh my god, I'm gonna be sad, chat. I'm scared. Today, this is the time we're gonna be on Discord and watch an important stream of one of my Oshis. Please be there. Please be there. I need your support. Okay. What are we gonna use? I think we're gonna use this. Okay. Okay, hold up. Let me change it. Add no hashtag VC. I'm pretty sure. Where's the hashtag? Hold up. Hashtag VC. Oh, can I? Oh, can I not? Oh, okay, never mind then. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, stream schedule this week, chat. Oh, why is it like this? Okay. Okay, let me go to the site. Okay, so this week, let me do this like this. Okay, this week, Monday I couldn't stream because I was exhausted from Sunday. I was playing Siege and did some stuff that you guys shouldn't do. So I was kind of dead. My body was dead and I was restless. So I had like barely sleep. So I was like doing you know, I took a time for myself, even though the weekend was for myself, but I didn't expect it that I would have something like this. on Sunday, so I took the time off. I'm sorry again. Yeah, today we're going to play Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I don't know anything about this game. I don't know if it's similar to the normal version. Tomorrow we're going to play House Flipper. I always wanted to play House Flipper. And then, on what day is it? On Thursday, we're going to do art, work on the emotes, work on the VTuber model, or we're going to start drawing bunny queue. Depends on how fast I am with the sketch later on. I'm gonna start the sketch today, or I'm not pretty sure. But yeah, these are the options that we're gonna have for art and games. I don't know. You guys can tell me what game we should play and we're gonna play it. Friday, it really depends, the weather-wise. Maybe we're going to play some Schedule 1 with Clue together. Because I miss Schedule 1. I made a new world. It's like a multiplayer world, which means people that want to play with me, we can play together. And Saturday, as far as now, we're going to do art and try to finish Q Bunny, because we have a Q Bunny. Do I have it on PC right now? We have Q Bunny, but is it this one? No, damn it! I deleted it. But as you guys can see, here's Q Bunny, but we need to make an updated version of Q Bunny for this year Easter. So yeah, we're going to make a Q Bunny. Hopefully, if I have, some ideas and not a blackout because of so much art going on. Oh, there's Stanley. Yeah. It's like, so I played Stanley Parable before. Just Mal is fine. Okay, I'm gonna call you Mal then. Yeah. We played Stanley Parable. But not the Ultra Deluxe. So it's gonna be my first run. I would say we should start. Okay, let's start. Okay. Begin the game. I'm so scared, chat. I'm so scared. I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, I know this office. What's the brown bar at the bottom? What brown bar? Hi. Wait, it looks like the.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Hiya.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Okay, what's the difference about the deluxe version? Is that a new story? Expecting seeing only Yuki's forehead, she's short. Their table is unreachable. What the heck? What the heck? They want to say I have a big forehead. Is there anything? Can I not open this door? I hate Mondays, same. We all hate Mondays. What's that? Is it something? Fuel? I don't know.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
This game is the best way to explain it. Oh, there's this. Oh, okay. So there's an ultra
This
deluxe
was not the correct way to the
version,
meeting
like
room,
thingy
and
thing.
Stanley
Wait,
knew
hi.
it perfectly well.
I don't
Perhaps he
understand.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay, we will see. We will see.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Empty here. Where's everyone?
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
First door on the left. Should we trust this? Should we trust this?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Okay, let's do this. Oh, damn it.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer
I had to solve a
there.
dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you, take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Recent coworkers found not supporting. Damn it! Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slides has a sleek blue graphic in the header and throw some babble on all of the text. This will ensure. Fuck! Everyone is unique. True, everyone is unique. Chat, you're unique.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Go the wrong way for more
here.
achievement
No
rewarded.
choice to make, no
Oh.
path to follow. Just coming to a
We will
staircase,
see,
Stanley
we will
walked
see.
upstairs to his boss's office.
There's something. Huh. No, I don't want to go there. Okay, should we go there? We need to get the Naruto
But Stanley
angry.
just couldn't do
That's
it.
easy.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished.
Oh no.
His boss would think he was crazy.
Oh
And then
no.
something occurred
Stay in the
to
closet for the
Stanley.
closet Saturday
Maybe,
night? Okay,
he thought
okay.
to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason.
Is that
at
a
all.
loop or am I
None of it
stupid?
made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For
Oh
example,
no.
why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh,
Why
true.
did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
True.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
True.
Were they simply repeating?
Yeah.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to
Well,
the
it makes me
conclusion
kinda
that
sick.
had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
I don't like this.
This is all
How
a
good is it?
dream.
Ah.
Oh, what a
What do you mean?
relief
Ah.
Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself,
Oh my god, am I
suppose I'll wake up
stupid?
soon. I'll have to go back to
Am I
my
going
boring
crazy?
real-life job pushing buttons. I
crazy?
may as well enjoy
Think
this
I'm
while
going
I'm still
crazy?
lucid. So, he
Sorry.
imagined himself flying and began to gently
Flying?
float above the ground. Then he
Oh.
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so
Oh my
much
god.
fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
It's actually
Then
pretty.
perhaps
Look
the
how pretty it
strangest
is.
question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself
It's
sooner.
gone.
Why is there a voice in my head?
I'm sorry, my
dictating
English not the
everything
yellow
that
roll
I'm
of the
doing
eye.
and
That's
thinking?
okay.
Now the voice was describing
stupid
itself
do I
being
feel?
considered by Stanley, who found it particularly
I
strange.
think I feel very
Dreaming
stupid
about a
right
voice
now.
describing me,
I don't know.
thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
Something's going
I hope he
on.
thought
I
it
don't know
all
what's
very
going
odd
on.
and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams. The truth was that, of course,
Oh my
this was
god.
not a dream.
Am I
How could it be?
high or
Was Stanley
something?
simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This
Is bro
voice was
okay?
a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control.
Is it even worth it
that this
walking?
was a dream.
Or do
So
I
he
just not
closed his
end up
eyes
anyway?
gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Oh,
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the
oh.
fresh air of a
Am I back
world
home?
inside this one.
Am I back home?
Let me wake up.
Is it only a dream?
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
The general idea...
Please. It's all I want.
Wait. General
I want
idea
my
you go
apartment
is just to get the
and my
narrator
wife
talk a certain
and my
way
job.
to progress the game
All
multiple
I want
endings.
is my life
Oh,
exactly the way it's always been.
thank you.
My life is normal. I am normal.
Everything will be
Everything
fine.
will be fine.
Exactly, everything will be fine.
I am okay.
Hi. Where am I?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Did I die?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Mariella?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief
So I
moments,
died?
she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am
I
safe.
am normal. I am a normal person. Why do you think I'm not normal?
And what isn't.
Huh?
It was
Normal?
comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
I feel scammed.
Then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very
I
important
feel
people
scammed.
whose impressions of her would affect her
I feel
career, and by
scammed.
extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this.
I died.
So it was only a moment that she stood there,
I
staring down
died.
at the body. And then she turned and ran.
The lot depends on your gameplay choices. Oh yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's listen
All
to.
of his coworkers
Should we listen to the
gone.
narrator?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, you guys say
Stanley
I should
came to
be
a
in the
set of
room with
two
the
open doors. This
broom.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes.
The room
this
with the
room.
broom.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Did I miss the room with the broom? Did I miss the room with the broom? No! Don't tell me I missed the room with the broom. Okay. Where did we go here?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years
Hi.
ago.
Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, But that doesn't make sense. If I jump off, I'm gonna be dead. How am I supposed to fucking... Okay, whatever.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really.
Should I jump down,
I realize
chat?
that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you. To
What I
show
mean
you
is,
something
what voice
beautiful.
says you do the opposite?
Let me prove
Oh.
it. Let me
So
prove that I'm
every
on
time
your
when you say
side.
something,
Give me a
I should
chance.
just do the opposite. Okay. It's not the same room, right?
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Chat, red or blue? Red or blue? What color? I don't really know. Should we go black, red, or should we go blue? Red pill or blue pill? I think I always went for the blue pill, so I'm gonna go for blue. Blue's that's my favorite color.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road?
Who's
You
right
chosen
wing?
world. Don't
Let's
let
not make
me
it about
stop you.
politics, please. That's fucking stupid. When I write something inappropriate, it will be censored in the chat, but it's completely visible in the stream chat. Well, I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, you're supposed to be appropriate in the chat. If you're not appropriate, then, you know,
You see? There's nothing here.
ban.
I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already
Why is
feels
my eyes
leaps ahead
twitching?
of
What
where
the
we
heck?
were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Okay. I trust him.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
What if it won?
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
What? What's that? What's that? And thank you for the habit, arigato. And hi, welcome, and thank you for the cozy vibes. I love cozy vibes. I don't understand.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
What if we go for it too?
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Oh,
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire,
Why don't we burn the baby?
fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of
Should we save the
endlessly
baby,
confronting
or should we
the
kill the
demands of
baby?
family life. I think the art world will really take notice.
Kill baby or
But of
save
course,
baby?
the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Hey, the baby. Am I baby? Am I baby? Yeah, I'm baby.
You heartless bastard.
Yeah.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know
Bring
what
the
to do. I'm
baby.
completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing
Bring
that
in
might
the
improve the
baby.
experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely
I am
valuable.
the baby.
Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
Minecraft. I want to play Minecraft.
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating. What do you
Ooh,
think this
is
game
it
is
Outer
about,
Wilds?
Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
Is that
Well,
Outer
it seems
Wilds?
obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man, spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
I don't know.
Yes, that must be it.
What it
What a
is?
fascinating venture into
Looks
the
like Outer
experience of
Wilds.
total
Maybe
mental
not.
depravity. So far, I love everything
I've never
about
played
this
that game
Stanley.
anyways.
And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Fire Watch. Okay, let's see. Oh, I need to go this way. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Ah. Hi.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
Watching
It
for a
is.
forest.
It's an open
Fire?
world game. Good God, quickly block it
Oh.
off.
What the?
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that
I wanted to play this
thing.
game.
That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
Hi.
We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Feel like Attack on Titan. You know, where the walls are surrounded by you,
I think
and then
this will
it comes a
be
big
just the thing.
monster or like a big titan.
Wonderful. See,
Is
this
that-
is exactly what I had
is
in
that-
mind.
what
Just
is it
a nice
called?
big box for you to run around in.
The
There
car-
isn't any
the
possibility
car.
that you could get lost here. Now
The car
this
racing
is
game.
game design.
With football.
Stanley, if you manage to get lost in
Rocket
this game, I
League,
will be
yeah.
phenomenally impressed.
Rocket League. Yo, can I play Rocket League?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here?
It's Thomas' favorite game. Does he
There are
really
lots of
like this
cars here in the
game?
back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports
Rocket
ball. Oh, what
League.
fun.
I've never
We shall
played
run the
Rocket
bases and
League.
do a
No,
touchdown
I played it
together.
once.
Yes,
I think I played it
surely we
once.
must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, let's... Come on, come on, come on. Ah! Come on. Ah!
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun?
Yeah.
Is it better? Hold on. What are you doing?
Oh.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you.
How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
I don't see anything. It's too dark. Is that my office? My office looks kind of rusty. Sports ball, you European, how weird. It's not sports ball. Do I need to do something here? Am I stuck? Oh?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me.
Do I need
Someone
him?
who will wrap everything up at the end.
Do we
and
need
make
him?
sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Hi.
I can wait.
Hi? I'm so confused.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Girl, we don't need a
Stanley
man.
decided to go to the meeting
Kinda
room.
true.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, I need you, chat. New content? Oh!
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
What? Huh? Eh?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
What?
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in
Yes,
the
it is.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Did I just found it without
This
googling
sounds
it?
delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Did I just found it without googling it?
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Oh. Ah.
Is it broken?
I?
What's going on here? Should we...
And thank you for the hide.
should we
Wait.
be moving somewhere?
Am I
or-
stupid?
Oh, here we go. All right, finally.
my
Long
thing is
last,
broken
it's
right
on
now.
to the new
It tells me
content. I've never
hydrate.
been more ready. Let's do it.
Ah, I'm just gonna drink whatever. Hold on. I don't know, it just
To
tells
say
me.
initial
But I don't
impressions
see it
of
in
Stanley
chat.
Parable Ultra Deluxe.
What the
Mifflin
fuck?
tedious. It's as if them... Oh,
Is my thing broken?
let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Is my OBS broken?
All
The
right.
jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Good job! Boing, 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 boing. This is me jumping on the Snapchat. Boing, 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 boing. I finally wanted to jump. Every time when I play Stanley, not every time, but when I played it the first time, I wanted to jump so bad. Oh no.
Is that it?
Can I jump
Surely
again?
that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Tell me I cannot jump anymore. I cannot jump anymore.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say,
Already
initial
gameplay
impressions
here,
of this
of
game are not
course.
positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion.
I'm sorry for
You could
yawning,
put that
I'm a
on the
little bit
box.
EP.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for
enjoying the
no
new
reason
content.
other than to make
Peak
an
content
easy dollar.
here.
And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
I don't understand anything. The heck is going on? Is it the new one now? I mean the new one? Hi.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you
Among
something.
Us? Among Us? Amogus? Amogus? Why do I fucking press every fucking thingy thing? Sorry,
Okay,
Chai.
you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all
That's
my
cute.
favorite memories so I can relive the peak
That's
experiences of
cute.
my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap
2014
re-release?
Independent Games
Remember back in
Festival.
October of 2013 when the game originally launched?
The British
Back then,
Academy of
video
Film and
games had
Television Artists
integrity.
awarded to
Back
Stanley
then, it all
Parable.
meant something. Oh, the waste.
Good times. I don't think this is good time. I don't think this is good time. Buy on Steam. Our First Kiss, My First Car, the release of the Stanley Parable 2013. 2013 when the Stanley Parable was released. Memory, sweet memory. Okay, I cannot open this. Don't forget the Stanley Parable. Time. Indoors monthly. Saves. Graphs. National Geographic. Cargo Operator's Manual. Was it that 2013 when it came out? Oh. Wrong. Hi, welcome. Have you heard about the announcement about Gura? Yeah, we're gonna watch it today on Discord. A trip down memory lane. Money, the United States of America. Is that George Washington? Is that George Washington, chat? Go outside, don't play for 5 years. Ah, this is the achievement I'm trying to play right. I'm trying to get at the moment. It's impossible to get this achievement. Nominee, British Academy Award. New video game releasing today.
And over here is where I
Is
get
that me?
reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote,
I'm so
"Where
confused.
so
This game is
many
confusing
games that
me.
aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art. Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever
Am I weird
created."
now?
Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
I got inside of this. Memory zone maintenance. Why do I hear monkeys? At least monkeys are birds. And now I'm not talking about myself. I'm not talking about myself. I'm not a monkey.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted
I'm
with
so
in a
sorry
game.
for yawning.
9 out
I don't
of
know
10.
why I'm
Don't
so
you get it,
tired at the
Stanley?
moment.
The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content.
So we got
It
scammed.
just needed to be left alone.
Am I Steam
To
games
spend the
now?
rest of time collecting
Well,
dust
Final
in the
Fantasy
hallowed
is kinda
hall
cringe,
of
not gonna
beloved
lie.
video game memories.
Oh, we have a new door, eh?
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Oh, wait.
But I
Oh,
wouldn't
wait.
give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
I'm scared. Is it a horror game?
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years.
Steam kinda stinky,
I
not
can't
gonna
even
lie.
imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these
On
reviews
2 hour
were
play with
glowing as well,
Nabu
weren't
Cutie.
they?
Well, guess what? I was hanging out with Nabu recently. I was hanging out with
See,
Nabu
I could
recently.
not be bothered to play
I
this
think it was
game
on
to full completion.
Saturday.
The narrator is obnoxious and
Saturday or Sunday.
funny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny. I'm not trying to
I think
be
it was
funny.
Saturday.
I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights
Looks
that I
so
can't even
musty.
imagine where I'd have the
So
room to stick them.
disgusting. I bet here are some isopods, probably like under this rock. I wanna see. I wanna collect isopods.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast.
It's a
Preachy.
German
Stanley,
name.
I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did.
Is this right
Maybe
now
it
only
was.
like to our Steam reviews?
What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my
I'm so
otherwise
confused.
unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
Like
I
a
let these people
failure?
down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as... What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
Am I gonna die?
Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I do
Another
anything
building.
for the customers.
Oh, it's another
Yes,
building.
A skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No.
Okay, yeah, let's skip.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but
there a
it was
back
plenty
door?
of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes
Well, he's
and lengthy
yapping too
ruminations on the
much.
nature of choice
My
in
head
video
hurts.
games. Of course, I happen
gives
to
me a
believe it was
headache.
perhaps one of my... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what cooking... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not...
Stop yapping, bro.
Stanley,
Stop
Stanley,
yapping.
please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Stop yapping.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room.
Stop
Stanley,
yapping.
the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button. And
I
if
love
you keep pressing it,
buttons.
I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room,
Oh my
Stanley.
God,
I
stop
can't touch
yapping
it,
or I'm
and
gonna
I have to
should
believe.
press it
I
again.
have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
It's been a week already.
I've been...
Oh,
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've
okay,
been
he
through.
thought about
I've
us.
had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe
Hey, even
it
the
for
clock
you.
is stopping.
To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley.
He was
Today,
thinking, I know, right? He kind
I
of
lost it all in a
romantic.
blur of the deepest
kind of
longing
following
to
now.
undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich
Why is bro so fucking yappy? Am I that yappy, chat? Am I this talkative?
I
I
could
was
do
not
nothing
that
but wallow
talkative.
in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one
Yappy
ending,
made
no
him so
singular
EP
outcome
in
of
the night
events,
chat.
not if all events
I
existed
talked
in
to
the
you
same
when he
moment,
stopped
and I felt
yapping.
freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand in the web of my being. It was incredible. The spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment, both singular and
Not yappy.
For the longest time,
I'm not
this was
yapping.
my
Am I yapping?
experience. And then this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you. Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid as I do, that perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well. Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now, and I wish for you to know how excruciating it is, and for you to be in true terror of its eventual arrival. If I can only do this, only this one thing, perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
Did you stop yapping? He's gone? He's gone? Ow! Ow! I don't want to hear that,
But they
baby.
didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed,
Stop
they gnashed their teeth and said,
yapping.
entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First,
Shut up. Are you finally quiet? Are you finally quiet? Legit woke me up.
is never the end, 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 is never the end,
It's never the end. 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 And never the end. It's 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 never the end. Never the end. Never the end. It's never the end. It's never the end. Never the end. No, no. It's never the end. Never the end. Never the end. Never the end. It's 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 never the end. Never the end. It's 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 never the end. Never the end. Never the end. Never the end.
never the end, is never the end, is
Never the end, never the end, never the end, never the end.
never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is
Never
never
the
the end,
end.
is never the end, is never the end, is never the.
Have you found someone who can out yap? I'm not a yappy yap. Oh my god. I need some water. What happened here? Oh, it's at the end, right? Do I see sun? Do I see sun for the first time? Question, how did that happen? How did that happen? Oh. I'm kinda scared. Come on, I don't like this one. I'm scared. Scared. Fun. Where am I going? Where am I going? Can I skip the button? I cannot skip anymore. Guess we just walk. We just walk away. Walk. I walk the lonely road, the lonely na 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 na. Oh,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
new content. Are we going? Let's see the new
Good. You
content.
noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Is it really the new content, or is it just the new content that we already had? The new content. You guys understand what I'm talking about? Oh, this might be new content.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
We did it.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the
Hope we
ground
did
up.
it.
Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Stanley Parable 2, huh?
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Now we cannot go in there. Oh? Oh my god. Interesting.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
New features. Aha. I think I kind of have the feeling it's Stanley Parable 3 and not 2.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
The baby's all grown up. Not the grown up baby. The grown up baby. No screenshots?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday.
What should we
What do you
do?
go with?
I would say get well someday. Hold on, I should put mine down. Get well someday? Huh. Ah,
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually
What the
really wanted
fuck?
all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
this is not the balloon I wanted. This is not the balloon I wanted. I wanted the different one.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on. You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well.
Jump
for keeps-
anymore?
Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we
Can
saw
I not
the
jump
circle.
anymore?
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
That's new, huh? Hey, I'm so overwhelmed right now. I don't know where to walk.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the
There's no
intrinsic joy
reward
of
for
watching a number
collecting
go
them?
up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Yeah.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
I don't want to go to the exit. We want to go in the game. So I think maybe we need to go in there. Oh, maybe this is the way.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel, to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
I'm so confused.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Right?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Should we jump down? I'm scared. Whatever. Let's go. Fuck it, we ball.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Great! Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Interesting, interesting. There are so many things.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Right? Yeah, we cannot go in there.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Hold on. I don't know what name it says, so I'm gonna mute for a second.
Named Jim.
Bruh.
Of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
I don't want to be Jen.
Here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush!
I'm
That was
Jim.
you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Can I open this door? No.
I I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable too. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature. A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well,
Reassurance
I'm happy to say
bucket?
that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true.
Oh?
As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest,
I
it's a
can't
much
believe
more
Kyuk
convenient
is
solution
actually a
for me.
30-year-old man named Jim.
Designing the game to
Sorry.
be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the
It's
bucket
finally
is
out.
the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you
Is he
feel it?
okay?
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair,
Is bro
must
okay?
already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay, can I play it now?
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Huh?
Come now, you've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our
I'm
mistakes.
so confused. Where do I need to walk? I'm so confused. Can I no go up? No. Oh wait, there are stairs. How do I get there? I'm super confused right now. I don't understand what I need to do. This is the infinity hole. But where do I go? This is the jumping one. I don't have any jumping. There's the new achievement thing and the collectibles. I need to go to exit. Let me see. Maybe it's exit. Let's try exit. Oh,
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
I think so.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how
It's
exactly these features
okay.
will come together
It's
as one single
okay.
coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay.
We're gonna play
Are
the
you
new
ready?
new one
Here
now?
it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go, version 2.
I think that's beautiful. I think that's beautiful.
This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the
Looks like
magic
a
of the
scuff skate
first
park.
game.
We love skate
I want
parks, okay?
fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect.
What about my bucket?
Take a look.
What about my bucket?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay, we're gonna not skip it.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This
Yapping
is what
simulator.
employee 427 did every day of every month.
Now you
of
have two
every
people
year.
yapping, me
And
and the
although
game.
others might have considered it soul-ending, Stanley relished every moment that the order.
Okay, let's go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket.
The fuck am I gonna do with a bucket?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do what he says.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it?
Okay, we're gonna
The
stay
broom
here.
closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This
We're
is
gonna
your
keep the bucket.
This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? that your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point
I love the
by
bucket.
point. Share your journal entries
My
detailing the rich
sexuality is
emotional
called
landscape of your
bucket.
feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have
What is it called? Bucket. Bucket. I don't know.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more
Property of
debate, no more
Stanley.
discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the
They
nature
can
of cleaning
hold all sort
supplies
of
and their
liquid. I know,
relationship to broom
right?
closets in the natural
I love
order of
liquids.
things. Alright, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
A bucket on
That
a
way,
bucket
if
sticker.
you're ever
Bucket
unsure
sticker.
whether the thing you're holding
Bucket-
is a bucket or
bucket
not,
sticker on
you
a
can
bucket.
look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker. You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in.
I was
I'll
having a
see you
one-sided beef.
outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Should we go now? I think we should go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
They have a bathroom now?
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley
Got
figurines.
home in my room
Remember,
immediately give me
no
cocktail?
reward for
Heck
collecting
yeah.
all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
Heck
You
yeah.
can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So,
Are you
I
working
implore you to
on
savor
Saturday,
each and every
Friday,
moment
Powell?
you'll come across one of these
Are you
beautiful
working on
figurines.
Friday? To be rich is to be rich. Is it a crime to commit crimes? Isn't it rich? What a life it will be to have to pick just one. On Friday, yeah. Oh. Okay. Because I wanted to play some Schedule 1, and I thought you were gonna join us.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again
Guppy number
stunned to
2.
discover not an indication
Disgusting.
of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
I was so...
But Stanley guessed the
Chat,
correct
did you
code
saw
was
that?
shared
I almost got the right code first try.
all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I was so... I promise I didn't even know what was going on.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, There really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs.
That was really
What about
guessing.
Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine.
When you say we, is
under
Clue
your
up on
belt.
Friday? Yeah, he is. That's why I wanted to ask if you have time so we could all play thingy thing. Schedule 1.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards.
We did some
an unknown
progress today,
fate.
just a little bit, not
It would
much.
be all Stanley
Got a
could
new
do to keep
house,
himself
and I
together,
have a new
if not
mix
for the bucket.
that I'm working
Soothing
on.
him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Hey, the bucket is here for me.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I don't like this part.
The lights rose on an
That is
enormous room
scary.
packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Kind of scary. I don't know if it's a safety bucket or just... I don't know.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket.
Somebody
in
mind
shock.
control? I mean, like,
Everyone in the
huh?
office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket
hope
been told
not.
to do things it didn't wish to do?
Hi.
What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in
Bucket is a good
Stanley's
man.
mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Only the bucket and me.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Something's gonna happen when I do this. Huh. Do I need to go there? I'm so confused. Ah! Okay, let's see.
When at last they came to the source of the room's
Let's
power,
see.
Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to
Did
put an
we
end to
fall?
this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate.
Come on, be
Stanley wanted to
faster.
sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait. What was happening?
Huh?
Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room,
Oh no.
lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face.
I was
This
about to
building
be
did not want the bucket to
free.
leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
No, 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 no. Stay here. Don't close.
Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Hi.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay, so I
What could
cannot
it
leave
mean?
without the bucket.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Let's go left.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section
Mhm,
and walked
bucket
straight
MVP,
ahead to the
exactly.
opposite door.
Hey, yeah, we got him on the toilets. Okay, let's see.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
That's not where I want to go. Oh, what was the code again?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay, let's see. Where are we going? Are we here again?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control for... Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death. The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Death. Hehe. We're gonna get squished. I like getting squished between thighs.
As the
I love
machine
to get
whirred into motion
squished
and
between
Stanley and the bucket
thighs.
inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere.
I like the
Farewell,
bucket.
Stanley.
Oh,
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant,
we're not gonna
the
die.
bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Hi.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way,
Oh, where are
but
we?
this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
The bucket. Welcome to the Grand Exhibit. You're standing at the precipice, I don't know, of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within a cavernous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind, maybe challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance and darkness? I think ignorance and darkness.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket
Holy
is far
buckets.
more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Bruh.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. Where's the bucket? Hey.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Fine. I'm dead. Do I play as a bucket now?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had... The confusion and the chaos all seemed to
We
melt
have
away as
bucket
Stanley
bag.
embraced the bucket.
We have bucket bag.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was no... Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Okay, let's not go
Stanley
left.
took the door on his left to go back to
We
the
go
meeting room.
here.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there.
Wait a
Go
minute.
to the cargo lift.
Oh. I thought that was Squidward for a second.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley?
I like
What name
Figlies.
better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get
I
from
like
seeing a small
Figlies.
number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Where am I? Hi.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore.
Oh.
The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down.
Oh.
It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it.
Not good.
I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back.
What the fuck? Is he
Even
okay?
now, I don't know who might be trying to
Is he okay?
What's that? Who's there? Camporata.
What fucking horror game is this? Oh no. Oh no.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
I wanna be in this room. Lost on the starry side. I'm just nodding along. Yes, yes, me too. I'm so confused.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him
I'm
that
confused
the employee
myself.
lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nuh-uh.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo
Okay.
lift. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But
Okay,
Stanley
let's
chose
listen to
not
the
to think
bucket.
about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him.
I wanted to
and
jump
he
down. I think next time I'm gonna
unthinkingly did
jump
whatever
down.
the bucket asked. In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here. Stanley once again obeyed blindly. Now pick up the phone, said the bucket. This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him. The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Let's get to take
Lately,
bucket
I've been
home.
concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing
think
over
a
an
little
inanimate
bit.
metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me. Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think.
It's
it
not
can't
just
talk.
a bucket.
All it will ever
The
truly
bucket
do
has
for you is
something.
effectively
The
transfer
bucket
a
is my
liquid from one
friend.
location to a different
Yeah.
location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
I love the bucket.
You
And the
see,
bucket
he's
loves
not
me.
listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket.
Me
You know,
and the bucket
once upon a
forever
time, it was
together.
me he took orders from.
Forever
Me he
together.
trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal. It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it. Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Can I put water in there?
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's
I
literally
think the
just
bucket
a
wants to
bucket.
flirt with me. I think the
Why do
bucket
I
wants
feel some need
half
to
me
point out
tonight.
the ways in which it's
It wants me so
much
bad.
more than just a regular bucket? Oh no, I'm having feelings for the bucket. No, 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 no. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks.
No,
What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps
Am I gonna
if
make
had the
babies
bucket,
with
this
the
would be less
buckets?
confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in
Am I
this
gonna make
troublesome
babies
situation.
with a bucket?
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
Better with the bucket? It's not the Fanta bucket. Damn, I just had a
Someone
romantic
was
time
following
with the
Stanley.
bucket.
He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them.
Okay, let's take the
Stanley
bucket.
picked up
Now
the
we're gonna
bucket
go to a
and
different
smiled.
way.
He'd never be alone again. Not truly alone. Not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was.
You can put
Had the bucket
any
turned out
fluid
to be
in the
correct?
bucket what you
Was this
want.
better than the meeting
Exactly.
room? Yeah. No, never mind.
This is
The
not a
bucket was
piss
wrong.
bucket.
Stanley took the door on
This
his
is
left
not the
to
piss
go back
bucket.
to the meeting room.
Not the piss bucket.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. A cargo lift, yeah. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do. Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets
You're
can't
gonna jump down.
But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something.
I cannot
about
bring
it.
the bucket
This
down there.
misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what
I thought I can bring the bucket with me wherever I want to go.
Please, step in here for a moment.
Is this a bucket?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you
Okay.
is a bucket.
Okay.
Simple enough, right?
Okay.
This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Okay, let's go.
Let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect.
That's
It is a
not a
hologram
bucket.
of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh my god. This is not a
Item 3.
bucket.
Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a tractor.
It's a
and not
tractor.
bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one. Is this a bucket?
No. This is not a bucket.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Wait. How is this a bucket? How is this a bucket?
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Should have said
Item-
yes to them
Wait, hold on.
all.
I can't find the next one.
No.
Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
We are not stupid. We know what a bucket is and what not a bucket is.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true.
Everything's a
Unless-
bucket.
is that what
I'm
you
a bucket.
think?
You a bucket.
Answer me
Chat. We are
straight, Stanley.
buckets.
Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Yes. Everything is a
You know
bucket.
what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley,
Yes.
I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had.
No,
to
but
begin
you were
with.
a bucket.
I'm afraid the bucket
But
is
you were a
threatening to
bucket.
tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
No, don't say this is the last
What
time I
happened?
see my
Is
bucket.
everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket?
Yes.
My God, I had no idea.
Everything was a bucket. Bucket is
Except
life.
me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go. All of his co-workers were gone.
This time we're not gonna
What could it
pick up the
mean?
bucket.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps
It's
he wanted to
not.
stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nuh-uh.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley,
I
I think perhaps
wanna
we've gotten off on the
go
wrong foot here.
there. I wanna play
I'm
the
not sure
games, and I
we
think
really
this is the way where we play
I
games.
realize that investing
Because
your
there's a
trust in someone
figure
else can
in
be
red
difficult,
door,
but the fact is
between
that the
red and blue
story has
door, I'm
been
pretty
about
sure.
nothing but you
So we need to
all
go
this time.
and collect the figure.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anlarines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by
excited
then.
what's gonna
Different in
happen.
the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anlarines. None of us can. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I wanna go to that. Ooh.
Perhaps you misunderstood.
Good
Stanley
eye.
walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly.
I'm on
All
blue.
right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see?
Is it the
There's nothing
same
here.
one
I
as
haven't even
on
finished
one?
building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures.
Not
Is
good,
this
not
what
good,
you
not
wanted?
good.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, nothing.
Oh,
Because this is what you
thank
wanted to see.
you.
Help me
Arigato.
here,
Thank you for the
Stanley. Help
follow.
elucidate these strange
Hope you're
and
doing
unknowable
good.
desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a
Red
spin.
door. I wanna see if the baby is big.
Okay, I'm going to
Hey,
stop
hi,
you
welcome,
there.
welcome.
Now, tell me about your experience with this new version.
It's a
Would you say
one.
that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest.
Let's give
I'm looking for some
bad.
real critical feedback here.
Let's be very critical.
A one?
Bad.
I mean, I can understand if you
One.
had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a one? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge.
Stop
Here,
being
based on the
tired.
data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. To be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Let's say 5.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would
Probably
be a lovely
baby is
opportunity to
big.
give it some playtesting.
Probably
You
baby
wouldn't mind
is
taking
big,
a look
as
at it,
they
would you?
said.
Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Big Bobby.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and
I
tedium
feel
of endlessly
scammed.
confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice.
I
But
feel
of course, the
scammed.
message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You
Shut
heartless
up, puppy.
bastard. Did
Shut
you
up,
do it because you
puppy.
hate babies or purely to
I
spite
do
me?
hate babies.
Because if it's the
I
latter, well,
despise
I don't know what to
babies.
do. I'm
I
completely
eat
out of ideas.
babies.
I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me.
Babies.
I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha!
We're back here
Fascinating.
again.
What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
I thought we were gonna get different game.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love
I feel
everything
sad
about
now.
this game,
I feel
Stanley. And
disappointed.
it seems there's even more.
I feel very
Come, let's
disappointed.
venture outward and see
I
what
thought it
else
was
is out
like
there.
Big Bobby. I thought we were gonna see Big Bobby. But no, we see Small Bobby. I wanted to have a Big Bobby.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
And
It
we're
is.
just gonna
It's an open
watch.
world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
I'm sad. I thought we were
Wonderful.
gonna get
See,
different.
this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice
We're gonna
big
get
box for you
different
to run
games.
around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Okay, I can play football now. Or soccer. Sorry, you guys call it soccer. Okay, let's put it in the blue one. Hold up.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this
Oh,
fun?
another model?
Is it better
Yeah,
than my
another
miserable
model.
little
I
story
got
that
the
I worked
thank
so
you,
hard
I'm
on?
glad you like it.
Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist,
Damn.
but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then
It's
surely
Rocket League,
multiple
yeah.
balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try
Okay,
it
we're
out.
not gonna
Here comes
jump
another
down. We're
ball.
not gonna fall down.
Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
More balls? Oh my god. Okay.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley?
I'm having
Are you
fun, yeah.
fun?
I'm
Is this
having.
a real video game?
I'm having
Well,
fun.
I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's
No!
right. Your little fun comes
I
to an
wanted
end.
to play
This is my
Rocket
game,
League.
and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you'd like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Am I gonna be stuck here now? Am I stuck here? I don't want to be stuck here. Huh. What are we supposed to do? Are we gonna chill now? I wanna jump on the blue one. It's kinda lonely here. It's so empty. No balls, no cars.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back. You still have so much...
Okay. Let's see. Is it gonna be the same?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait. Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
Okay, let's
doors,
go left.
he entered the door on his left.
Let's go left. You're missing one more. Stairs. Something to do with the stairs. Something to do with the stairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. And there it is.
Yeah,
the
we
last
have
stick you
him.
Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect
You
to be
have
rewarded for the
it.
most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Okay, let's go up. We have all figures now. Got
Stepping
ways
into
2
his manager's
and
office,
4, 5,
Stanley was
I
once again
remember.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
No,
That
no more
kind of
yapping.
anxiety isn't healthy.
No more
so he
yapping.
relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Oh my god.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Huh. Can we just keep pressing the button? I can go up again?
Oops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me.
Can I
Why
go up
did
and down the
Stanley
whole
do that
time?
when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I
Oh.
just can't wait to find out.
Oh.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never
Okay,
anticipated.
let me press the
It's
button.
that keen eye
I'm gonna
for
troll him a little
storytelling that
bit.
you have. An incisive rapid fire of
I think
critical
we should
plot
troll him a
points,
little
one
bit.
after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat. Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this? Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
Prank. Prank.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the
Prank.
spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
If it's something else. Let's see.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
What the heck? What the heck?
Okay, I'm
Oh.
ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait!
Huh?
No! I need more time to process. All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, of course, going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it?
And then we're gonna go
sure,
up again.
now it's obvious, but
We're
you
gonna
have to
prank
understand
him.
that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Let's go.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Get pranked. Get pranked. Is he even saying something now?
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment.
Huh?
Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
Oh
There
my
we go.
god.
Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it
That's
seems like
slow,
nowadays the only
slow.
thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive.
I'm so
That's why people
confused.
like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why... Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to
I'm
you,
so
Stanley.
confused.
I don't know if you realize the
I don't know what's
impact you have on
happening.
them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh good, we're here.
Oh,
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
where am I?
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door. All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you.
I'm
Go get 'em.
scared. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my god, it's so loud. Ah. That was so loud. Okay. Why? Hold up.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines.
Oh,
Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would
where are we
love nothing
going?
more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Oh my god. The chips are so annoying, sorry. Now remembering. When Stanley found the collectibles.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley. And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did
I
that,
guess this
Stanley.
one.
I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane,
That was a guess.
unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember? Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, behind the boss's office. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised.
I'm so
After
confused.
all,
What's
science
happening?
tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything. Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
This a new type of ending?
This This was the 5th mini-stand, and this one was really something special. It was by the red and blue doors. I remember it so clearly.
Is it like
In fact,
a new
because this one
ending?
is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Perfect presentation. That's an A for me.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
What does that mean? Ah, okay.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here, under the stairs. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where...
When I played it for the first time, I was kind of scared of the narrator.
Yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any
Now
other.
I'm just more annoyed.
Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Oh.
And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone. No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's
I
just
wanna stay
go
here.
backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels. Okay, yes, that spot under the stairs. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Boy. I think bro is
And
addicted.
here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Waifa-kun. Waifa-kun, huh? Is my stream okay?
Yes, I love that video.
Is my stream okay? I don't see anything. Why am I walking? Hi? Hi? Why am I walking? Huh? Is that the end? I don't see shit. I don't see anything. Hi?
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Huh? Do I need to restart it? Oh, I need to restart it? I think I need to restart. Maybe I'm just stuck in there or something. I really don't know what happened. I cannot tell what happened in there. Oh my god, I swear to god, I'm gonna bite the chips. What is this? Always want to fall down. David, on your place. Aha.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figlets.
Again?
I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one.
Again?
Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
The Wi-Fi on your end? No! I'm confused.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley. And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini-Stan? Can you remember? Hey!
We need to
That's
play this over and over
exactly right.
again.
It was here, behind the boss's office. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them.
Don't tell me I'm stuck in this game now, forever.
But I shouldn't be surprised.
Because I don't want to be
After all,
stuck.
Science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything. Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened. This was the 5th mini-Stan, and this one was really something special. It was by the red and blue doors.
Are you gonna
remember
rewatch
so
the video
clearly.
again?
In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Okay, we need to rewatch it. That's okay. That's okay.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Okay.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final.
Okay, I'm so confused because after this, the game is kind of weird. I don't know.
Because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a figly and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like. And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone. No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these
Yeah.
figurines? Let's
Okay,
just
now I'm
go backwards.
confused.
We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels. Okay, yes, that spot under the stairs. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Okay.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched? Yes, I love that video.
I understand. I'm stuck here. What am I supposed to do? No. What am I supposed to do, chat? Am I just gonna wait here? Am I just gonna wait here and do nothing? Am I just gonna wait here? Let me see. Where do I need to walk? Where do I need to walk? Because it's dark. Do I need to redo this? I'm so confused. I don't see anything. I see black. I see black. Yeah. Let me try the other. Let me try the other one. I'm so fucking confused, chat. I'm so fucking I don't like
Stanley,
this
I'm
ending.
sorry, but I have to put a pause.
I don't like this ending.
It's those figures. Those figures. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling
I'm so
moment of your
confused.
entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
I'm such a
Yes,
stupid
I know we're
fox.
supposed to be telling a story.
An
Would you
idiot
please
sandwich.
indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit
I'm
the
an idiot
figurines
sandwich.
just one more time.
Am I missing something here? But I don't think so. Am I? I have no clue.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we
My
know for
eyes.
certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Yeah, I mean, we have this one. I don't fucking understand. Like, we have this one. Good thing. Wait, huh? I'm hungry. That's good. Eat something.
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on
Did I
your
break
own,
the
just by
game?
poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember? No. The warehouse was the 4th place you found a Figanli, not the 3rd. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You know what? If the warehouse feels like the 3rd place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
I'm super confused.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened. This was the 5th mini Stan, and
I'm
this
so
one was really
confused.
something special. It was by the red and blue doors. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to
Wanna eat an
commemorate the
idiot
occasion.
sandwich?
Enjoy.
Wait, so you. What the heck? What the heck? Oh my god. Did I somehow broke the game accidentally? Did I accidentally broke the game?
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
I don't understand.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine. Right here, under the stairs. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind.
I'm so
Perhaps because it was the
confused.
one that happened more recently than all
So
the others. Who can
confused.
truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figly and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Okay, we're here now.
And then there was no more.
Are we missing
because
something
we
here?
brought up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone. No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels. Okay, yes, that spot under the stairs. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
I don't know.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Why is it black for me?
Yes, I love that video.
I think I broke the game somehow. What the fuck? And we cannot continue. I don't think other people have that. Let me Google. Stanley Parable Deluxe. Huh. Okay, so people have that issue as well and they're not able to fix it. And then someone said he found a mod. Like, not mod, he found a fix for the mod. Which is like install melon loader, but I'm not gonna do this, so I think that's it for today. I think we fucking broke the game. Guess we broke the game, chat. Or like the game is broken. It's like a common issue that Stanley has apparently, from what I've seen. Haha. Okay, chat. I don't fucking know what's going on. Okay, I think I'm gathering some energy and then what is it called? And then later, around 10, which is like in 2 hours, we're going to be in the Discord server. We're going to watch probably a graduation stream, which I hope it's not gonna be a graduation stream. We will, yeah, we're going we're going to watch a good ass stream together in Discord and see how it's gonna end. At 10 we're gonna hang out in the Discord, and I think at 10:30 p.m. EST, I think it was 10:30. Let me see right now. Let me see when her stream is. I think it was at 10. Yeah, at 10:30. We're going to watch it. I'm gonna stream it. So in basically like 2 hours. So yeah, I'm going to be in the Discord server now. I'm gonna do some art and see if I can make a sketch already for the bunny art that we have that I want to do. And yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this reunion. And I'm sorry that this game had an error. It's common from what fucking Steam says. I looked at Steam community and they also say they have the black screen and the only thing to do is install melon loader and do this and that, and I think it's kind of too much for just one ending. So I think that's it. It's been a fail stream. But hopefully tomorrow we're gonna be back with House Flipper. And then we can make the house not chaotic anymore. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. That's so cute. And tomorrow for the people that are gonna sleep and cannot hang out in the Discord server. So yeah, that's so cute. Bye bye. Sorry.